Hey guys, it's Manny Makeover. Welcome back to my channel. I know I've been gone for a year, but I'm back and I hope I'm going to be doing a lot of new stuff this year. My 2019 year resolution is to be able to post more this year. I know I had a little bit of a time where I was gone, but I hope I come back and I hope I get more followers and just be in a great community in the makeup industry, and I hope we have a really great year. So today we are going to be doing this look. It's more of like a sunset look, and this is my first time trying this look, so hopefully we go through a great journey together, and hopefully I will see you guys next Friday. Here we go. Hey guys, so I just got this a couple of days ago and I'm so in love with it. It's the Tatcha Soap Canvas Primer. I feel like every time I use it, my makeup always just comes out so much better. So I'll scoop it out onto my finger. If you want, it normally comes with a little thing that you can scoop it out with, but I lost mine, so I don't know. And then we'll just easily apply it all over the face. And then also, if you want, I'll put this on just like that, and then I'll get one of my brushes and then really work it in. And then I like to use multiple things for a primer. So then I've also got this just a couple of days ago. It's the No Pore Glam Primer by Touch and Soul. And then normally I'll just do a couple pumps on here. And then work it in right with it. Even if you want to go over the eyes, you can too. Okay. And then right after that, we're going to go into foundation. And it's always good to use a damp sponge, just because then when you do put the foundation on it, it doesn't absorb all of the foundation. You could still get the most coverage you can out of your foundation. And I've been using the Huda Beauty in the shade 200B Shortbread. I'll normally put it on the bottom just to get more coverage out of, not coverage, but more area out of it instead of using the top. I like to use a lot just because I like covering up my freckles, and this foundation is really good for that. And then after I do that, I'll take one of my side and then just blend it out thoroughly so it can get really into my skin. Instead of looking kicked down like it normally does. I like to go over my eyebrows too, so when I do go in to do my brow, it goes right over and then I can conceal it out. I do not like going over my eyelids just because after that I go in with my primer. Okay, and next we're gonna go into eyebrows, and I've been using the Kat Von D gel and in the shade light brown. And it's okay if you make your eyebrows a little bit thicker because we're always going to go back and conceal. Okay, so I like how this one's shaping out, and then I can always add more if I want to once I'm done. Okay, now I'm just going to go in and conceal it. I have been using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 10. And then normally what I'll do is I'll just do a couple dots. I'll do a lot of dots. And I'll do just one big swatch. Like that. And then I'll go back in with a brush and blend it out. Okay, and I noticed that my end is a little bit thin, so I'm just going to go back in with the shade of my eyebrow. Okay, and then once I start liking how it looks, I'm going to go back in with my sponge. Just dab it out. Okay, and then I'm also going to go off camera and then do the second eye. Okay, so next we're going to go into eyes. Okay, so lately I, again, just got this. I went all on a shopping spree. I got the Fenty Beauty. It's called the Pro Filter invisible pink eye primer. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take my ring finger and just dab it in there. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with my concealer. And blend it out. Okay. So since we're going to be doing kind of like a sunset kind of look, I'm going to first go in with Makeup Forever. I don't know what shade this is. It's one of the artistry ones where you can, I haven't gotten around to it, but you can put it all together in one big palette and then you can just change it out if you want. Sounds really cool, but I just never got around to it. So I just have a whole bunch of colors just lying around. Okay. So I'm just taking a normal brush. Well, not this one. Got this from Wet n Wild. Okay, and I'm just gonna pack it down in my crease. The best part about doing smoky looks is that you never have to have it perfect. You can always put on a whole bunch of colors and then just blend it out, and then it always turns out looking good. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with my Sephora brush. And I'm going to buff it out. I want to do just a little because I'm going to be going in with one of Makeup Forever's yellow. One of the Makeup Forever yellow. And I'm just going around in circular motions. Okay. Now that I feel good about that, I'm going to go on with a little bit more of a fluffier brush from Sephora. I've taken that yellow that I talked about and then go for it. And once you feel good about the yellow and it looks blended out, it looks like I have a little bit more yellow on this side. So I'll just add more. Okay. And then today we're going to be doing sort of like a dark look. So I'm going to be going on with purpley brown. And I'm just going to be just applying that just to my lid. More closer to my lash line. And then since I don't want it too harsh and I also want it blended, I'm going to be blending it upwards. Okay. And then just blend it out. And then I feel like this is also one of the looks that never really looks good until you are at the last step and you put on your lashes. You never should blow on your brushes. I always mess that up, but you should always tap it off. Just because even if you are using it on a client, it's not sanitary. I mean, if you do it on yourself, it's perfectly fine. I do it all the time. But if you do it on someone else, some people might complain, and then others it just might be okay with. But just to be safe, just tap it off. Once I feel good about that, I might just go in with a little bit more orange, just to have less of a harsh line in between. I might just dab on it just a little. And then I always wait for concealer, contour, and powder all at the last second, just in case any of the eyeshadows that I do use start to flake off underneath. I could just easily cancel it out with the concealer. So now that we're done with that, we are going to go into concealer. I'm going to be going in with my ColourPop. And then all I do is just place it all in the places that I would like highlighted. Okay, back in with the Beauty Blender. And then once I feel like that is blended out, I have been using this little sample that I got from Sephora. It's the Hoola Matte Bronzing Powder. And so far, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to take another Sephora brush and just pat it on to my cheekbones, my forehead, and down to my nose. And I always like to smile when I look at myself just because it gives you an idea of where the contour should go. Or some people go like, okay, and then once you feel good about that, we're gonna go into a little nose contouring. Okay, and lately I've been going in with my contour with one of the Tarte brushes. And then I just work my way down my nose. It's okay if the line is a little harsh just because we're going to go back in and we are going to fix it with powder. And for me, I also like doing right under here and right above just to give it a little button nose kind of look, just because that's my preference. It always depends on who is doing the makeup. Okay, and then once you're all set with that, we're gonna start to bake. And I've been using the Fit Me Loose powder in the shade 10. And I feel like this is one of my favorites, especially the Kat Von D Loose Translucent powder. They are both my favorite. Okay. I'm going to be going in with this. Okay, then depending on if you want to use a lot or not, it always depends on the person doing the makeup. And then you can always just go right underneath. And then also depending on what type of skin you have for when you are baking. I have more flaky, dry skin, so I'm not gonna bake right here just because then you're gonna see little patches of flakiness, and then a lot of people don't like it, or they'll start adding more moisturizer, and it's not about the moisturizer. It is, but just don't bake because then you'll be able to see all of that extra stuff that no one wants to be able to let other people see. Okay, and then I'm also going to take my powder and do it right underneath where I did the contour, so it gives it more of like a chiseled look. And I actually like to go in with a brush and then do my nose to get that perfect line. Okay, and now we are done with the powder. So we're gonna close it, and I have it all over my shirt. You can't tell, but I do. Okay, so since we're done with that, we're gonna let this bake for a while, which just means we're gonna let it set for a while. So now we are going to go in lashes, since we're just gonna let it set. So what I like to do, and I know a lot of makeup artists, we always go in with a mascara first, just so when we are putting it on, the lashes can stick more. And instead of having like colored lashes, it just blends right in with the falsies. So I'm not gonna do a lot, but I'm just gonna color it just a little. Okay, just like that. Okay, see, it's not too much, but they're colored. I'm gonna be using these. While I was also off camera, I also did my bottom lashes. So for this actually being my first time doing this look, I'm actually very happy on how it came out. So, but we're not finished. So right now, all we have to do is remove the excess powder. So I'm just gonna go in with a powder brush and then just brush the rest off. Okay, and if you still feel like you want to add more contour, you can. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I always like to blend my contour up, just because then I'm gonna blend it out with my blush. And then I also like to give my under eyes a little color. Just like that. So I have been obsessed with the Laura Geller blush. I've been using it for 3 months straight so far. Favorite blush. Has like a nice perfect glow to it too. And I'm just gonna go in with my Real Technique blush brush. I like to use a lot too. And then you always want to do your apples and then brush up. And I always like to do a little blush right on my nose, just to give it like a cute little red look. I'm gonna do a little on my lips just to give it a little shine. Okay. And then once we're done with that, we are going to go in with a highlighter. And just for Christmas, I got from my boyfriend the Anastasia Sugar Glow Kit. This is gorgeous. And I'm going to be going in with a little bit of Gumdrop and a little bit of Starburst, which are these two. And handy dandy, I just whacked myself in the face with it. My Sephora Pro highlighter brush. I'm going to be going in with these two. I like to glow, so I'm going to be using a lot. And just brush right over it. And then also do a nice little blend through there. Get a little bit more. And it has like a nice pink shimmer to it. And then a little shine on the forehead. And then I love doing my lips. And a little bit on the nose. And up the nose. And then I'll also take a little brush like this. And I'll take a little bit of marshmallow and I'll do it on the inside of my eyes just to give it a little bit of pop, so when I do put it on, you'll see the difference. So this is this eye, and then I'll do this. Makes it look a little bit more open. So even if you do use dark colors, this is a perfect technique to give it a little bit of extra shine. Okay, and right now I'm going in with marshmallow. It has like a nice little yellow tint to it, so this is gonna be perfect for the sunset look. And then I'm also gonna go right underneath the brow bone. Okay, and then once you feel like you're glowed up, we are ready to go on to lips. And today, since I have a lot on my eyes and I do not want to take away from it, I'm going to go in with something subtle. So I'm going to go in with the Kylie Cosmetics with Cocoa K. And the first thing you always want to do is line your lips, just because you'll be able to have it last longer. And I always like to overline them just because my lips aren't the biggest, so when I do overline, I feel more satisfied. And this is a nice pretty nude pink. Okay, and then once you feel good about your lining, you're gonna go in with your lipstick. Okay, And then to top it all off with this makeup look, we are going to be going in with setting spray. I tried the Tarte Ready Set Radiant setting spray, and I don't know why, but I did not like the smell of it. And then once I sprayed it on my face and I used it a couple of times, random parts of the day I would just start smelling it, and it wasn't a good smell to start with, and then just having those random hits of it, I did not like it. So I'm going back to the original one I started with, which was Urban Decay All Nighter. Shake it up a little bit before you use it, and then put it down. And then I always like to take, since I have a handheld mirror, I always like to give myself a little fan. And then I feel like it really just sets it and locks it in. Okay. And that's our look for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe this video and subscribe to my channel. And I hope this year, since it's 2019 and my New Year's resolution is to keep up with this and be able to post every Friday or Tuesdays. So I hope I go through with this. Bye.